coming up on the first pitch. And today's starter, Tyler McGill. What do you got on him, Chris?
Well, what quickly stands out to me for this guy is that he comes in with a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio on the season. So when you consider consistency, the ability to get swings and misses and to limit base runners, that's critical in winning games today, especially when teams are depending on the big swing, the home run, to win ball games.
Corbin Carroll, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball one. Next offering in there for a strike. Strike one. And there's the ball.
Outside.
That's in there. And the count's even at 2. Oh, look at the stop. Jumps, throws, on the money. Nice play. Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Right through there for a strike. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2.
Quickly in an 0-2 hole, you're going to have to give something up here in terms of power if you want to put the ball in play with any authority.
One down, base is empty. In the air, left field, down the line, and that will drop foul. The shortstop takes the ball. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
That one the other way, and it goes just foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. Good battle here, about to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Popped up to the left, into foul ground. Hauls it in for the out. Now the Diamondbacks lineup as put together by Torey Lovello. They do a lot of things well in this offense, Singy. They control the strike zone. They make pitchers work hard for outs. And as a result, one of the better OBP teams in the league.
Well, what I love about it is it's an organizational philosophy. Whether you go to instructional league, whether you go to spring training, you see these guys even during batting practice when it doesn't matter. They're practicing that type of approach, Boog. And when you have that filtering through the organization, even when you call up a player, he steps right in and continues with the pattern that they have established at this level, which ultimately leads to a lot of success.
2 outs. Swings through that one out in front that time. You know, you translate on base percentage, it's basically this. Teams that have a high on base percentage, they don't make outs at a very high rate. As my buddy Joe Sheehan says, OBP is life.
Outside.
That one off the mark, and that's ball 1. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Taylor under it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that'll do it. Half inning complete. We've got no score. And we're back. Getting the nod in this one, Brandon Pfaadt. Tell us about him in that sub-3 ERA, Singy.
Well, anytime you can keep your ERA under 3, you're doing a lot of things right, and you're putting your team in a position to win a lot of ball games as well. And he's doing tremendous out there on the mound. Every time he gets the ball, you expect him to go out there and dominate, and that's what he's been to this point. We'll see how he is today.
And now the shortstop, Francisco Lindor. Francisco Lindor at the plate. The Mets shortstop, originally drafted by Cleveland, and a guy with some serious power and an excellent defender. Next offering is in for a strike.
One way to make a guy real uncomfortable at the plate is pound him inside with good velocity. They're doing that right here.
And that's through there for a strike. Line drive, base hit right field. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
Juan Soto now. That one at the knees for a strike. And that's outside.
No, he's really working him away this at bat. Sometimes take a little bit off velocity. Try to get a rollover, something on the ground. Stay away from that big hole on the right side of the infield.
Pickoff throw. Lindor back in there. Lindor on at first, nobody out. That misses the zone. 2-2.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That one misses, and it's 3-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Three-two. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
It's a strikeout, but they'll be in good shape if they make their outs as difficult as that one. Those grinding ABs take a toll on a pitcher as the game goes on.
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Big time power. Lindor the move. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Outside low, and that's ball 1.
1-1. Ball 2.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one
3
missed.
balls, 2 strikes.
Good spot there, but didn't get the strike at the knees and doesn't seem too convinced by the call out there on the mound as he tries to get a better sense of the umpire strike zone.
Man at first, 1 away. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
Well, looking for a swing and miss right there, or for the ump to help him out and make a call with that last pitch, but neither happened. Close pitch, but a good take to earn that walk.
And now it's Mark Vientos. That catches the corner. Runners at first and second with one gone. There's a strike.
Absolutely frozen on that heater right down the middle, and that's a pitch you're just not getting back. Now he's in a tough spot, especially after falling behind on a good first pitch.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. The throw in. Safe at the plate, and the run scores all the way from second. And it's 1-0.
Well, he wasn't afraid to hit with 2 strikes. I think he choked up a little bit, maybe spread out, but he got the job done right there.
Two on, one out. Starling Marte up to hit. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
At this point, the clean inning is over. Got to settle in, focus on the hitter, and get out of it with minimal damage.
Next pitch is downstairs.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
Runners are at the corners, 1 away. Fastball in for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2, get out of this.
Next offering upstairs.
Get ready for some action here. Good RBI guy at the plate. Runners in scoring position, and a hitter's count.
And they're all loaded up.
Maybe a little loss of focus on the mound right there. Pretty much gifted him first base with a quick free pass.
Here's Brandon Nimmo. Golden opportunity right here. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Well, they're really running up the pitch count in this first inning. Lots of confidence from this team that is perhaps the hottest in baseball right now.
1 out, bases full. Check swing, and he went 0-2.
0-2.
Swing and a line drive, base hit into left field. Runner from third in to score. It's an RBI single, and they take a 2-run lead.
That's a good job right there. You got 2 strikes on you, just got to battle.
Here's the catcher to hit, Luis Torrens. There's a strike. That one's upstairs, ball 1.
In this situation, he's trying to get you to pop something up or jam you. That's a really good take, knowing you got an opportunity to drive in a run here.
Hit on the ground, might be 2. Quickly to second for 1. And that's 2. But 2 runs for him, and they jump ahead. 1 inning in the books here. It's the Mets 2 and the Diamondbacks nothing. And welcome back to the ballpark. Top of the second, and here's the first baseman, Josh Naylor. McGill back to work. That one outside. 1-0. Naylor measures 5 feet 10 inches, 27 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2015. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
ball,
Dave
1 strike.
Lawrence assigned to work home plate in this one.
Good umpire, Boog. Very fair, very consistent. Now, I did hear some feedback that he opens up the outside corner a little bit on left-handed hitters, which, you know, for me, I'd be kind of salty. So maybe something to keep an eye on and see if that factors into this one at all.
In the air, left field, down the line. Nimmo running hard to get it. Can't get there. This one lands foul. Chris, do players ever change their approach in meaningful ways based on who's umpiring, or is it good to just be aware of tendencies so you're not that surprised?
I'd say the latter, because the pitcher's got to pitch to his strengths regardless. The hitter's got to hit to his strength. So you're aware of it, but you have to just hunt for what you can handle.
That one not close. 2-2. As the game has moved along, we see more and more information supplied by teams about the umpires. I've been in clubhouses where they have pictures of all 4 guys, nicknames, hometowns, and as well hobbies listed, just so you can kind of small talk the umpire a little bit.
That's great.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there. Not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Hey, Eugenio Suarez up to hit now.
Seems like he's making contact with everything lately. Working on a 5-game hitting streak.
And first offering is fouled off. 1 out, bases empty. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that splitter out of the hand, it just sort of jumps on you, and your interpretation is, here comes a fastball again. Well, it never really reaches because the bottom falls out of it and you swing over the top, and that's why they call it a split-finger fastball, because it looks like a four-seamer.
Alec Thomas at the plate now. That's ball 1. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Going back on this one. Pulls it in on the warning track. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Now to the bottom of the 2nd. It's the Mets 2 and the Diamondbacks nothing. Bottom half of inning number 2, and stepping in for New York, Luis Angel Acuna. That's in there. 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Ball
That's
1
a ball.
there. Singy, he wasn't real sharp in the first, got hit around, but really more so, didn't throw a ton of strikes.
Well, he's just got to find a way to settle down. He was clearly fighting himself out there, not really finding the strike zone, walking batters. So we'll see if he can get back on track and fill up the zone a little bit more.
Misses the sweeper.
Well, and those hitters count sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get a better pitch to hit.
And that one ripped to left. Gurriel makes the play. 1 away. Tyrone Taylor digs in now.
Boog, this guy's just a tremendously talented center fielder. Gold Glove caliber type out there. Offensively, he can do some things, but also has some streakiness as well. I think the key just trying to find a way for him to be consistent day in and day out. You know, he saves runs in the outfield, so that's going to buy him more time to work things out at the dish.
And now the count is even.
1-1.
This to center field. And that'll get down for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single. And now it's Frankie Lindor. 1 for 1. He led off the bottom of the first with a single. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. And you played behind guys, and they love having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
There's a strike.
When you look at the ability to save runs defensively, but then also put runs up on the scoreboard, that's the kind of player that every championship team needs to have.
And that's too high.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Line drive. Thomas makes a nice running catch.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
And now it's Juan Soto. Struck out swinging his first time. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter.
Well, if he's going to steal second, you want him to go early in the count. That way he's not a distraction to the hitter at the plate. Go ahead and get it out of the way so the hitter can focus on the pitch.
Fouled off left side. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Cut on and missed, and it's a strikeout, and that is the inning. Mets leave 1, but they're on top 2-0. Back here in Queens, top half of the 3rd inning. Here's Lourdes Gurriel Jr.
Let's go, New York.
Upstairs.
Ball. Let's go, New York.
And there's a
2
ball.
balls, no strikes.
That's off the inside corner.
Inside.
And that's ball 3.
Boog, he never moved because he never had time to. But that kind of velocity, you'd prefer that pitcher work away.
And he walked him. And that's how they get their first base runner of the game.
Definitely lost the handle during that sequence. 4 pitches for the walk, and that last one didn't even threaten the zone. Catcher might want to go talk to him.
Here's the second baseman. And that's downstairs and outside. In the air, right side. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And there's one down. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Jose Herrera. And that is in for a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Close, but call the ball. And 1-1. That one missed. Swing and a liner, base hit out into right center field. And that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away.
Well, a swing like that can help you come out of the struggle. We saw the numbers coming into the ball game, but all he's trying to do at this point is help his team win.
This is Corbin Carroll. And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
1-0.
Gurriel over at second. Herrera over at first with 1 away. Fastball for a strike. Two on, 1 out. And a count 1-2.
Really going after him here. All fastballs to get ahead in the count.
In the dirt, but no advance from the runners. In the air on the infield, and the infield fly is called. Geraldo Perdomo stands in now for the Diamondbacks. Outfield playing pretty shallow. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Coming home. Here's the throw to the plate. And he can't come up with it.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
First and second, 2 outs. Next to hit for Arizona, Pavin Smith. He's 0 for 1. First offering, and it just misses. Swing and a miss, strike 1. First and second, 2 down. We're here in the top half of inning number 3. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that's the 3rd out. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single, and it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. As we go to the last of the 3rd, and stepping in for New York, Pete Alonso. That one fouled off. Since debuting in 2019, no player in the majors has hit more homers than Pete Alonso. Outside low, and the count is 1-1. And there's a ball. to the left side, but it is well foul.
Pretty good pitch there to take a rip at. He wants to get his arms extended. He likes the ball away from him a little bit, just not able to square it up.
Missed with a changeup, and now 3-2. Swing and a ground ball. Suarez on to first, and that takes care of Alonso. And next for the Mets, Mark Vientos. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. That clips the corner. Ground ball left side. Toss to Naylor. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Starling Marte. He reached on a walk his first time. Swing and a ball popped in the air, and it drops in. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. Brandon Nimmo up now for the Mets. RBI single his last time up. Right through there for a strike. Well, Chris, through the early stages, he hasn't been very efficient in terms of the pitch count. He's going to need to get some quick outs if he's going to get deeper into this game. And that one fouled off. It is interesting, though, when you consider the way the game is run now. Doesn't even matter that much if your starter doesn't go that deep, because teams are really aggressively building their bullpens. Got him. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Mets strand 1, but they still lead it 2-1. On to the 4th, and now it's Josh Naylor.
Ball, that's outside.
Well, these Diamondbacks doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Check swing, he went too far, and it's a strike.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Inside.
That's inside.
And a count now even up. And that'll fall for a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely, and that takes quick, strong wrist to pull that off.
Eugenio Suarez up to the plate now.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Cut on and miss.
0-1.
Throw to second. Tag. Out at second.
Well, this is a real momentum killer after the leadoff single. Tried to steal second base on the first pitch. Defense was all over it. Nicely done from behind the plate with the catch and throw. Then a quick tag before he reaches the base.
That's a ball.
Base is empty, one away. Top half of inning number 4. Next offering is in for a strike.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Outside, and that's ball 2. Cut out and miss, struck him out. That K is his 3rd of the game.
That's about as nasty of a splinter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Alec Thomas now flied to right his first time. That one pushed to the left and foul. Close one, doesn't get the call. 1-1. Two down, nobody on. Just missed. The next offering misses, and the count is 3-1.
Here's an opportunity to do some damage and perhaps unlock this offense. 3-1 count. Be ready to turn on a fastball.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Corrals it, and that is that. Back here at Citi Field, ready to go, bottom 4. Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. That's a little high. Ball 1. That's in there. Rips one to left. That's a base hit. And a good start to the inning. So up next for New York, Luis Angel Acuna. He's 0 for 1. Right through there for a strike. Runner at first with no outs here. Liner, base hit. Runner stops at second, and the first 2 reach to start the inning. And now here's a speed threat, outfielder Tyrone Taylor. 1 for 1 with a single so far. Next offering, pop foul off to the right out of play. First and second, no outs. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering is downstairs. Action in the pen down there. Corbin Burns up and throwing for manager Torey Lovullo. Jamison, a hard-throwing right-hander, up as well. Here's a 1-1. Hey! Swing and a miss, struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
He came out of his mechanics there. Typically he likes to shoot the ball the other way, but that time a little anxious.
Back to the top of the lineup. Here's Francisco Lindor. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. just off the outside edge.
Oh, here's a game Lindor will never forget. One night in July of 2023, he went 5 for 5 with a home run, 2 triples, and he scored.
Perdomo tossed to second, and their second double play of the day will end the fourth. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left. On to the top of the 5th we go. It's the Mets 2 and the Diamondbacks 1. All set for the start of the inning. Here's Gurriel. McGill back to work. That one catches the zone. 0-1.
You know, these D-backs just aren't putting great swings on the baseball in this one. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going.
Sit him down.
0-2 now. And that's outside.
Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have guys in scoring position because they put themselves there.
Not close with that one. Now 2-2. And there's a rocket into the outfield. So a man on base to start the inning.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Now it's the second baseman. There's the strike. Inside, just missed. Nobody out, runner at first. And that is out of play. It misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
So digging in, Jose Herrera. And he's already singled in this game. And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
Strike 2. Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Kodai Senga getting ready to go. Stanek also throwing. Tying run is at first, and we're at the top of the 5th. Got him. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill.
Oh, interesting. He's looking very comfortable out of the stretch after giving up the leadoff single. Back-to-back strikeouts, so they haven't been able to move that runner up, get him into scoring position, and try to have a better chance of scoring. I tell you, good job so far on the mound. He just needs one more out.
Corbin Carroll now at the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Gurriel leads off first with 2 down to the inning. This to third. Can't glove it cleanly. Still manages a throw. The throw comes in too late, and they come away without an out. First and second. 2 outs. Next up for the Diamondbacks, Geraldo Perdomo.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
First and second, 2 down. And that one fouled off. Slap the other way, foul. On the ground to the left. They take the force out, and that is the inning. 2 left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Mets 2 and the Diamondbacks 1. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Here's Juan Soto.
If you don't get ahead in the count, you can forget about having any success against him.
And a foul ball. Soto measures 6 feet 2 inches, 225 pounds, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And that one fouled off.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
That one misses. Now 1-2. That's inside.
That's inside.
That misses. Full count now.
He should get a pretty good pitch to hit here with the 3-hole hitter coming up if he's walked.
Left-hand batter waits. Foul. We'll see another payoff pitch. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Hard ground ball, base knock. He forced a lot of pitches to be thrown and ends up collecting a hit.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's Pete Alonso. Lined into left center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Torey Lovullo is out of the dugout, and he's going to make a move here. Brandon Pfaadt will depart, and the line not closed on him yet as he's responsible for the runners on base. Back with a new pitcher after this. Now on the mound for the Diamondbacks, Corbin Burnes.
And as relievers go, he's not a big strikeout guy. He tries to force weak contact, so command and execution are huge for him.
First and second, no outs. Here's the third baseman, Mark Vientos. That clips the zone. 0-1. No outs, runners at first and second. Ripped, but it curls foul. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Squirts away a little bit. Not in time. He's safe. And it's second and third with nobody out. So on the wild pitch, two guys advance.
Well, Boog, it's already been a tough start to this inning as it is, and that wild pitch is going to make things even tougher. Two men in the scoring position now, still with nobody out. So this really becomes a strikeout situation on the mound.
Two runners in scoring position, nobody out. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
That misses the zone, and the count is 2-2.
The guy at the plate could recognize slider out of the hand. Didn't stay in the tunnel very long in terms of depth and perception. He knew right away it was an off-speed pitch.
And the 2-2. Got him! Huge strikeout there.
Well, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
And here is Starling Marte. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss at a slider.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Two on, one out. Swings through that, and it's a strikeout. Two away.
That's a pretty nasty pitch right there. I'd call it a power curveball in the 80s. It's got so much spin on it, and you really don't have a lot of time to sit back and watch what it's going to do before you have to commit. It was a good one for the swinging strikeout.
So up next, Brandon Nimmo. And that one is in for a strike at 95.
0-1.
0-1. Two outs, two in scoring position. Last half of inning number 5. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. One runs in. Another comes in to score, and they're up by 3.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Once you get the ball by the pitcher, there's a lot of base hits up the middle, even on ground balls. So a nice job to use that big hole and get himself a hit.
So 2 down, and here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. 1 for 2. Swing and a foul out of play. And that drops in for a strike. Nimmo, the runner at first with 2 gone. That's foul off to the right side, keeps the AB going. Just missed.
Didn't get the result he wanted, but that's a nice pitch right there.
2 outs. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. They stop the lead runner at second. Now 2 on with 2 outs.
2 consecutive base hits for these guys here. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and letting the ball get deep.
This one smoked out to left. Gurriel handles the chance. So it's 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a couple left on. 5 innings complete. It's the Mets 4 and the Diamondbacks 1. We're back and they make a change to start the 6th. The new pitcher, Kodai Senga.
Well, he's been excellent against left-handed hitters this year, and that's his first test. This looks like a good move to the pin in terms of the matchup.
And that one is lifted in the air. Nimmo ranging after it. Makes the catch for the out. Here's Josh Naylor. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
He swings and fouls one off. The Mets leading by 3, and we're the top half of the 6th. That one just misses. 1-2 to count.
His understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball. I just don't know how you take that.
On the ground right side. And foul ball. One down, base is empty. That misses, and it's 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one missed.
Caught a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
Swing and a base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away. Eugenio Suarez stands in now for the Diamondbacks, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And there's a strike.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
That one down the line. Fair ball. Nimmo quickly gets it back in. And they hold him at second. Maybe this is going to be the moment they start the comeback.
Back-to-back singles. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole. Now let's see if they can string something together, make it a little more interesting.
Now up next for Arizona, Alek Thomas. This one lifted in the air, left field. Nimmo pulls that one down, out number 2. And it's Lourdes Gurriel Jr. A walk, and he's also singled. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Naylor at second. Suarez on at first with 2 down. Yeah, the pitch is in for a strike. 0-2 now.
Man, I'm pretty impressed out there on the mound right now. I mean, these are tough spots where pitchers really got to bear down. Those last 2 pitches were well executed.
Next pitch is outside.
I don't know how you take that one after the called strike on the corner, just a little bit off the edge.
Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Two outs, couple of base runners at first and second. Swing and a miss, struck him out. A couple of hits in the inning, but they can't get him home. 9-1-2 scheduled to hit in the home half of the 6th. It's the Mets 4 and the Diamondbacks 1. And we're back. John Sciambi with Chris Singleton in the booth, and leading off the bottom of the 6th, Tyrone Taylor. Swung on, belted. And that is a foul ball.
Well, he got a first pitch breaking ball right there that he clearly liked the look of. Just needed to let it travel a little longer.
Swing and a miss. And the count is 0-2.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down early. Maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
And downstairs. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
Well, that right there is just a pitcher's pitch. Tailing away from the hitter, low and away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Lindor stands in here, takes ball 1 low. Base is empty, 1 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Right through there for a strike. Lindor was born in Puerto Rico, but actually played his high school ball in Florida. Oh, that hit him. Still able to get it there in time. So a tough play, but they do get out number 2. That one got him pretty good, but perhaps the silver lining is that it got him in his non-throwing arm, Chris.
Yeah, assuming there's nothing broken in there, I think he should be able to shake this one off. But, man, that can't feel good. He's going to have a pretty nice bruise at the very least, that's for sure.
2 down, base is empty. Juan Soto getting ready to hit.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. 2 outs, base is empty. Pitch misses there, and that's ball 1. That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And that extends the inning.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
So digging in, Pete Alonso. Close one, doesn't get the call. And it's 1-0.
1, no strikes.
just missed. Two outs. Not even close there. And the count is 3-1.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. And the polar bear strikes out. Mets leave one, but they lead it 4-1. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Huascar Brazoban.
He's throwing the ball very well overall this season. He's been really tough to get to. You see that ERA, and that's where you love to be.
Here's the second baseman. That's in there. Strike one.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and back door. That pitch is devastating.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
No ball, 2 strikes.
And that's in the dirt. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. That one misses in the dirt.
Punch him out.
And a swing and a miss. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Bogey just ran out of patience there. He took a couple of pitches to even that count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes, but that time chased outside the zone.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Jose Herrera. And takes low for ball 1. The Diamondbacks trailing by 3 here in the top half of inning number 7. Swing and a miss, chased it out of the zone. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Ryan Stanek, the veteran right-hander, appears to be loosening up. Kranick getting loose as well. Next
Ball 2.
offering is down low.
Still just the second batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They got him working hard out there.
One down, base is empty. Swings and misses. Pulled the string on the changeup.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
And it's fouled away. Check swing, no appeal.
Nice job to keep the hands back on that one. Out in front just a little bit.
Swing and a miss. There's that changeup.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's a 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. And they'll do it again. Here's a 1-2. That's down and in.
Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side of the 7th. Nothing doing for Arizona. And this is still a 4-1 ball game. We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Scott McGough.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Now the third baseman, Mark Vientos. That one misses, and that's ball 1.
That's in. Ball 2.
That two-seam fastball is usually coupled with a slider away, and when a hitter's conscious of the pitch in, it's hard for him to cover middle away, and that's where a pitcher can really finish off that batter.
Hot shot to third. In plenty of time to first. 1 up, 1 down. So up next, Starling Marte. Tap foul at the plate. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that bullpen.
Pitch misses there, and the count is 1-2. Activity in the bullpen. Jalen Beeks up and loosening in the pen. And that's off the inside edge. It's 2-2.
Really good run, perhaps a little bit too much on that two-seamer. Couldn't hold the corner.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater. 2 outs, base is empty. Now the left fielder, Brandon Nimmo. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Suarez squeezes it, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Mets go down quickly as they hold on to a 4-1 lead. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Max Kranick.
This guy's a strike thrower. He's done an excellent job of avoiding walks so far this season.
Digging in, Geraldo Perdomo. Strike 1. Kranick, a 6'3" righty. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a curve, and he works in a changeup. Pitch misses, and now it's even 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. And now it's even up.
2-2 the count.
Stays alive. There's a swing and a drive. That's down. One hops off the wall, and that's a leadoff double.
He was all over that one. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer, and he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field. Now that sets up a huge at bat in this ball game.
Next is the designated hitter, Pavin Smith. 3 flyouts already. He's 0 for 3. There's a strike.
If you're going to get something going, this is the time to do it. You get the leadoff man on. Everybody's got to look over the shoulder and say, I'm just going to keep the line moving. Don't try to do too much.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top of the 8th.
Come on, Max.
Hit on the ground to short. Lindor
Let's go. Get out of your hole.
tosses to first. First out in the top of the 8th.
Those plays can be tricky. They're routine, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth. He delivered a good play right there.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Josh Naylor.
Come on, Max. Let's go, Max.
And that
That's the ball.
skips in the dirt.
Counts 1-0.
And that is in for a strike. And a count 1-1. There's a strike. 95 of that one. A sliding stop over to first, and very nicely done for the out.
We saw a few skills on display there for the out. Technique was great, reaction time was there, and the slide was smooth. Watching that play come together was really fun.
Here's the third baseman, Eugenio Suarez. 1 for 3. Turned on, but that's foul down the third baseline.
Let's go, Max.
Perdomo on third with 2 out.
Sit him down.
Foul ball, still 0-2. gets a strikeout looking. That was pretty nasty. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and one left. Home half of inning number 8 straight ahead. It's the Mets 4 and the Diamondbacks 1. Back here in Queens, bottom of the 8th. Here's the catcher, Luis Torrens. McGuff back to work. And ball 1. Ball to strike. The pitch. And there's a foul ball. And the 1-2 misses to even the count. Good job to fight that one off.
You got this.
Ripped to third and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Acuna in the box now. No balls and a strike. Right through there for a strike.
0-2 count, both pitches on the inside part of the plate. Hitter is thinking, I don't want to get beat here. This is a good time for something off speed away.
And that's down and away.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
And a foul ball, he stays alive. Base is empty, one away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Got him swinging.
That's tough. You see it well. I mean, that was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. You know, when you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Taylor stands in now and watches strike 1. That misses, and that is ball 1. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a ball popped up. Nabs it. That is the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. We go to the ninth, and now the center fielder, Alek Thomas. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And the leadoff man aboard.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Next to hit, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. First pitch,
Ball
just
one.
misses.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
There's the strike at the knees. And the count 1-1.
Man, 91 on the slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
And now 2 balls and a strike.
Last couple of pitches breaking balls away. I think he's going to have to come firm inside to be able to open up that location if he wants to go back there later in this count.
And that's fouled off. And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Just indecisive in that at bat. He couldn't commit to the slider. Tried to sit in between. Just not able to put the bat on the ball.
He's 2 outs away. Now it's the second baseman. 0 for 3 in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Just missed.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
Thomas at first, 1 gone. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining.
With that kind of velocity, an elevated fastball, even if it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
And now the switch hitting catcher, Jose Herrera. There's the strike.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're really trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
1 strike away. Gets a piece and stays alive. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Got him, and that's the ball game.
Whether you're a season ticket holder or you just come to a couple of games a year, to see your team win at home, there's just something special about that. Good job by this team to get it done for the hometown fans.
4-1 the final here today. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew here at MLB The Show, thanks for stopping by. I'm John Shambi. Talk to you soon.